Okay, let's take a look at this guy. This looks crazy hard, like a lot of little fussy things on there. But really what we're looking at is a square that's been push-pulled out, another square push-pulled out, and then we do that little edge on there like we did the round over for the countertops. Another little push-pull with a scale on it. Another push-pull, we punch a hole in that thing, and then we make a ring and put a ring through that hole. So let's see if we can recreate those steps. This might take a while, so you might want to speed up a couple of spots in here, but you will get the idea. I can draw my rectangle. If I touch the Option key or my Control key, I get the opportunity to draw from the center or from the corner. So I'm going to draw from the center on this particular one. I want to make that a square, and it tells me I'm on the face and I'm a square. Push, pull that out a certain distance. I can watch my numbers down below and see how that's doing. 0.125 is 1/8 of an inch. And then what I can do is make myself another push-pull edge there by touching the, I've got my push-pull tool still, touch the Option key and I get another surface. So I can pull that out a certain distance. Now here's the fun part. What I want to do is put an arc on the edge of this. So I can go from here to say here and then round that a bit. So I've just now got an arc against that edge. Now this is cool. Watch this. I'm going to grab that edge right there. I'm double clicked on the face. And then what I'm going to do is use the Follow Me tool and say use this edge right here as the shape. Good doinka. Isn't that cool? Now you'll notice it self-intersected a bit because of the arc that I used. So you kind of have to be a little bit careful, but that still works. Now what I'm going to do is pull that face out a little bit more. And this is kind of nice too. Here's a nice trick. You can grab that, hit the Scale tool, S for scale right there. And if I hold down Option, or just touch the Option key, don't hold it down, or the Control key on your PC, then I can shrink that face a little bit and get that down to the point where it's a little bit finer. Okay? Pull that out, and I'm going to make a hole in this one. That is, use the Circle tool, C for circle. I can get the center of that by going to midpoint here. There's the midpoint, and going to the midpoint here, midpoint. And then when I pull those two together, it says right there is the center of that. Inference points are so cool. Now what I want to do is pull that through to the other side. Whoops, not that thing, this thing. I want to pull that through. How do I know I'm on the other side? If I just roll over that edge right there, you see what it's doing? It's saying, you must want to stop the push-pull at this edge, the inference point, and I do. And when I go check the other side, it says, perfect, look at that, you made a hole. Okay, now we're going to make a ring. I'm going to go down on the ground and make this ring, and then we'll fly it up in the sky. So here's how you do that. Circle tool, put that on the ground, make your circle, whatever, radius of 1 inch, sure, why not? Now what I want to do is put another circle standing up on the edge of this thing. If I touch my right arrow key, I get a chance to draw a circle that's vertical instead of flat on the ground. So I'm going to draw one like that, 16th, maybe I want to make it a little bit bigger than that, 1/8 of an inch radius. Perfect. Okay, now again, we're going to do that Follow Me tool. Path, tool, shape, doing. I'm going to get rid of that center and poof, there's my ring. Isn't that great? If I just triple click on that, I get the whole thing selected, Control, save it as a group. Now what I'm going to do is Move tool, fly that up in the sky on the blue axis. I want to make sure I'm on the blue axis. Where does it say blue axis? Where are you? Hello? I just touch my up key and it insists on being on the blue axis. Now here's kind of a handy way to look at this. If I view this from the, I think I'm on the left side here, yup, and if I turn off perspective, parallel projection, snap, what I really get is an elevation view. And I can set this up so that I can use my Move tool to say I want that in the center of that, and I want this in the center. There's my little crosshairs that tell me I'm in the center. I'm in the center of that, perfect. And then what I can do is use my, I'm just going to orbit around a little bit, use my Rotate tool to rotate this guy on the green axis on the side there. Click there, and then click anywhere, and then spin that guy 90 degrees. And it tells me it snaps at 90 right there. And then what I can again do, Move tool, and I could go Camera, Standard Views, Top. And now, of course, I can't see anything I'm doing. There we are. So there's my move tool. I can grab that, move on the red axis until it says you are right where you want to be. Right there. Perfect. And then I'm going to go camera, standard views, left, and I can see where I am. Move tool. By the way, those little red, I've got the move tool selected, as you can see, but if I roll over one of those little red crosses, I get a rotate tool. So just be cautious of that. It can really mess you up if you think you're going to do something and instead what you're doing is something else. Look at that. I can just move that right down there and hang it from that hole that we made. Go back to perspective and take a look at that thing. I'm kind of happy with that. So that's pretty much how you would do it. I could fuss with that a little bit more, but it's pretty cool to get that level of detail in something relatively quickly. Hopefully you got a big kick out of that. I will talk to you very soon.